Welcome once again to Commander by Danon. Today's video was brought to us by Patreon supporter Michael. Huge thanks to Michael and the rest of my Patreon supporters. Michael reached out asking for a deck led by Chulane, Teller of Tales, but he specifically asked to forego the usual combos you see in the deck. If you're enjoying my content, please like and subscribe. I really appreciate the support, and if you like the deck list, consider sharing this video as well. Chulane, Teller of Tales is a 5-mana 2/4 legendary human druid with vigilance. Whenever we cast a creature spell, we may draw a card, then we may put a land card from our hand onto the battlefield. We may also pay 3 and tap Chulane to activate his ability, which lets us return a creature we control to our hand. Chulane is an extremely powerful commander and is used in lots of combos. However, Michael wanted a value deck, something more casual and fun that he can play with friends. He's not trying to compete at a CEDH level, which is exactly what we've got for you today. Now, before we get to our deck list, a quick word from our sponsor, Ultimate Guard. Ultimate Guard is famous for their boulder, and they now have the new Boulder Tray. Designed to carry both your commander deck and enough dice to satisfy anyone but a dice goblin, you can get yours in a variety of colors, like this emerald one seen here. Find out if your local game store carries the Ultimate Guard Boulder Tray, or click on the link down below to order yourself one from Amazon. In order to build a functional commander deck, you need lots of different pieces, which is why I try to rely on my handy-dandy checklist. 50 mana sources, usually split between 37 lands and 13 pieces of ramp, 10 pieces of card advantage, 8 to 10 pieces of spot removal, 2 to 3 board wipes, 2 pieces of graveyard hate, and 1 sudden I win card. One last announcement before we get into our video. In addition to streaming on Twitch, I will be dual streaming on a new YouTube channel as well. Check out Gaming with Danon if you want to catch me live. Command Tower, Exotic Orchard, Windswept Heath, Flooded Strand, Misty Rainforest, Verdant Catacombs, Arid Mesa, Scalding Tarn, Spara's Headquarters, Temple Garden, Hallowed Fountain, Breeding Pool, Bountiful Promenade, Sea of Clouds, Rejuvenating Springs, Overgrown Farmland, Deserted Beach, Dreamroot Cascade, Lush Portico, Meticulous Archive, Hedge Maze, Selesnya Sanctuary, Azorius Chancery, Simic Growth Chamber, Scavenger Grounds, 5 forests, 3 plains, and 4 islands make up the land base for this deck. We mostly have lands that come into play on tap, as well as a few typed lands that can be fetched out with our fetch lands. Not the most budget-friendly of land bases, but with enemy fetches being at an all-time low and shocks having just got a reprint, they're not the most expensive I've ever seen. Also, bounce lands work great when your commander lets you play extra lands every turn. Thrix the Sudden Storm, Soul Ring, Arcane Signet, Chromatic Lantern, Decanter of Endless Water, Smothering Tithe, 3 Visits, Nature's Lore, Rampant Growth, Farseek, Cultivate, Kodama's Reach, and Skyshroud Claim help us to ramp out and stay ahead of the curve. We've got a balance of cost reduction, a few good mana rocks, and land ramp. Archivist of Ogma, Fairy Mastermind, Deep Gnome Terramancer, Jin Gataxias Core Augur, Sea Dasher Octopus, Alms Collector, Eladamri's Call, Guardian Project, The Great Henge, Beast Whisperer, Aesi Tyrant of Gyre Strait, and Tachiova Benthic Druid help us to dig through our deck and keep our hands full. Since Chulane cares about creatures and allows us to recast creatures by returning them to our hand, much of our card advantage package is creature-based. Hullbreaker Horror, Avon Mind Sensor, Cathar Commando, Venser Shaper Savant, Guardian of Faith, Overcharged Amalgam, Containment Priest, Selfless Squire, Aboleth Spawn, Mystic Snake, Frilled Mystic, Green Slime, Commit Memory, Negate, Counterspell, Swords to Plowshares, Arcane Denial, and Beast Within help us to keep our opponents in line. Again, we're looking at mostly creature-based interaction that can be reused. Farewell and Cyclonic Rift help us to reset the board as needed. Restoration Angel, Guardian Augmenter, White Mane Lion, Stunt Double, Teferi Mage of Zalfir, Scrib Ranger, Vexillus Praetor, Ancient Stone Idol, Glorious Protector, Wrath Capuchin Ship's Mage, Sweet Gum Recluse, Village Bellringer, Tidal Barracuda, Sakashima's Protege, Mocking Doppelganger, Overwhelming Stampede, and Craterhoof Behemoth to help us to close out games and ensure our victory. Now that we have our deck list, let's compare it to our checklist. 50 mana sources split between 37 lands and 13 pieces of ramp. Right on target. 13 pieces of card advantage counting our commander. 18 pieces of interaction. 2 board wipes. 3 pieces of graveyard hate in Farewell, Commit Memory, and Scavenger Grounds. 1 sudden I win card in Craterhoof Behemoth. We have lots of fun little shenanigans in the deck, like White Mane Lion and Restoration Angel, but without Guardian Project, we won't be able to draw through our deck. As far as I know, there are no 2-card infinite combos in the deck, but when you put enough good cards together, you're bound to make a few omelets. 3-card combos. With this specific deck, you want your opening hand to be a combination of interaction, lands, and ramp. Our commander can draw us cards, and most of our interaction is in the form of creatures. So we play whatever interaction we need to, and, if necessary, use Chulane to return that creature into our hands. We are by no means a fast deck, but we have enough interaction to slow our opponents down and eventually win with overwhelming value. Or a Craterhoof, that works too. Do you have a Chulane Teller of Tales deck? What's your secret win condition? Leave a comment below. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, a huge shout out to my editor Cutestuff. I couldn't make these videos without her. If you'd like to hire her to edit your own videos, she can be reached at cutestuff.edits@gmail.com. Link is down below. If you're looking for ways to support the channel directly, you can head on over to patreon.com/Danon. For only $25, you too can have a Commander video built at your request. I also wanted to give a quick shout out to all of my patrons: Waffles, Jiraiya, Danny, Muffins, Marcus, Squishy, Brett, Roxy, Sean, Pob Zombie, Mark, Borgie, Nazwin, Pedro, Midge, Detroff, Alex, Julio, Michael, Valeri, Conga, Ignis, RJJ, Greg, Aaron, and Chris. You guys are awesome. I post new Commander deck videos every weekday, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified of new videos. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again next time on Commander by Danon.